I remember when we first met, and when we first launched Employ, or when I had the idea, I had everything in my head, Chris. I remember because I was developing it from tech. I had the brand idea, but what I couldn't articulate and what I wasn't very good with was, okay, what was the message that we were trying to send out? And I think when I spoke to you that time, I said, Chris, I've got everything in my head, and I just need someone to pull it out. I know what I want to say, but my filter between my brain and the message, it just wasn't working because I had so much going on. And I remember you and I think we had about 2 or 3 hours where we had a Zoom meeting.
Yeah, we just nutted it out.
You just said, Brendan, just tell me everything. And you asked some really good engaging questions. And just, you know what, just from that one meeting, you hadn't even given me my document yet, all right? But just from that one meeting, I learned so much more about myself, our product, our website, just from you asking the right kind of questions. And this is something I'm going to ask you a little bit later, but and this is something that ChatGPT and all those other websites cannot do. 100%.
And that's the thing. That's where we've always been there. So it's not like we just pivoted because of ChatGPT, like an AI. We've always done this. Is of course we do the basic copywriting stuff, but I literally did this for a client yesterday. They were a painting company and they said the same thing. They said, we've never thought about our marketing until now. And it's not like, of course they do marketing, but it's like they've, when I was asking simple questions like, what is your brand? What do you do? What do you stand for? What are your values? It's not like I then just sit there and wait with a pen. Like I coach them, because a lot of them, they were just like, I don't know, we just do this. And so my job at Melotti Media and as a marketing consultant, like you just said, is to synthesize and re-articulate those messages and get your brain thinking.
100%. And I remember when you gave me the document, I think it was about 36 pages, 40 pages. And I went, wow. I said, how can you pull so much out of my head and then just put it into a document like that? But we're 2 years down the track, Chris, and I'll tell you right now, every week I pull out that document, and I can tell you now, I find a bit of gold in there every week. All right,
Brendan, you just made my day. Like, honestly, that makes me so happy. Just because, for me, I do this business to help businesses. I literally, I'm motivated, not by money, I'm motivated by success. And hearing that today just made my day. Like 2 years on, still using, I'm going to tell my team as well, because they will be thrilled. Because for me, we do this exercise a lot for clients, and I love the fact that people use this. Like, I've had clients that get my brand core messaging and they use it for an induction manual. You know, they use it for customer service. They use it to write scripts and things. And that's the whole point of it, is to use it. I'm so glad you just said that.
And I think anybody that's literally has used your services before, if they're not pulling out that document at least once a week, and even reading a page, 2 pages, they're missing the whole message, right? Because that document, I know we'll be still using that document in 15, 20 years time, because it will pull us back to our core values, Chris. Why I started the website, why I started the platform, why I'm doing it. And it's more about, you pulled so much more out of you pulled everything. As I tell everybody, you opened up my head, whoop, and you literally, you searched around, and you literally put everything on a really, really cool document. And the great thing is that my investors love that document as well. So all my investors that, and because I shared it with them, and here's the thing, Chris, all right? That document, as soon as it came through, I gave it to all my investors, all right, and all my staff, and I said, listen, this is our message, all right? This is what we're about. And we all keep referring back to it, because when someone says, oh yes, I know about this new platform, we're all talking the same language. You know, it's
So it makes me so happy. No, but this is what it's for. Like, is you people like you how you're using it is how you get the most use out of it. It's because you're giving it to your team and they're using it. Like, they're using it to promote. You're giving it to your investors. Everyone's on the same page.
100%. And I would literally, I would go out and say as well, it's not only for if you're just starting a business. If you've got a startup or you're starting any kind of business, yes, do this document. But if you're 10 years into your business or 5 years into your business and you either think like, oh, I've lost my way a bit, what are we about? Or you want to rebrand, or you want to send a new message out.
Yes.
It could be you may have had a bit of bad publicity in the media, but if you want a fresh approach, if you want to rebrand yourself, or if you've lost your way as a business, that document will literally it will give you a new lease of life.
Put you back on the right track. Yeah, and I always say it helps de-Frankenstein your brand. Like, because that's what happens. Like, I've done this with governments, right? And we're doing it with prominent companies and things, all the way down to startups like yourself. And for startups like yourself, it's useful to grow, right? To learn, to put it together. Whereas for, like you just mentioned, for those bigger firms that have been in existence for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, it's a lot of them now have grown and evolved and never updated their brand messaging. So as a result, you get people in the marketing team that are new to the brand that are trying their thing, and you get this and that and the other. And it's great to evolve, right? That's the whole point, is to refresh those messaging. The thing is, in a world that is full of noise and speed and agility and confusion, the people naturally, humanistically gravitate to brands that they understand, and they understand consistency and clarity. And that is what my brand core messaging document service does. Is it and the beauty of it comes from you, right? So it's not like I'm coming in saying, no, this is what your messaging should be. It's a collaboration between my expertise and experience as a copywriter and a marketer and your understanding of your own brand. And what that does is it brings together that message. And then you as a business can have that clarity and consistency to give to your customers. And once your customers see that, then they always know what you stand for. And that's how a big brand gets powerful.